This is the Roulette Master, and I am so excited today because one of my subscribers, Todd Hoover, is challenging everyone in the Roulette Master community to try to lose your bankroll with his new system, and he says you won't be able to do it. This is unbelievable. We're just going to use this one strategy today, and definitely take notes because it's a little tricky at first, but you'll get it, and he says this is life-changing, and you'll win every day with this system, and he says he wants you to try to prove him wrong. So that's what we're going to do today, and this is the 3 wishes. This is a new version of the 3 wishes from Todd Hoover, and let's go ahead and get started. And the first thing that we're going to be doing with this one is looking at the last 2 to hit, and we have first 12 and second 12. We're going to be playing columns and dozens with this one, and inside bets. So we're going to start with $10 on first 12 and second 12, the last 2 that hit, and let's go ahead and spin, but there's so much more to it than that. And here we go with 3 wishes by Todd Hoover. And that is a $10 win. So if you get a win, you take half of that $10 and you put $5 on the next bet, and I'll show you what we do here. So we're looking for the dozen that's been the longest since it's hit. In this case, that would be, looks like third 12. So we're going to put half of what we won. You see we're up $10. We're going to put half of what we won, which would be $5 on third 12, and then we're going to put $1 on all the red numbers in the third 12. Let's go ahead and do that. And then we're going to put $1 on the 000. Now that's a $12 bet, and let's go ahead and spin. Here we go. All right. Let's see what we get here, and that's a 28 black. Okay, and we won, but it was just $3 because we didn't hit one of the ones that had the bets on them, and that's okay. We're up $13. We're going to go ahead and restart, but most of the time with this system, we're not going to restart, and I'll share with you how that works also. We're restarting now because we're in session profit and we got a win. So now we are going to look at the last 2 numbers, 28 and 10, and since they're separated, first 12 and third 12, he says he doesn't bet on that. So then he says to look at the columns, and the 28 and the 10 are in the same column, so that doesn't work either. So he says if neither one of these have a dozen or a column that's next to each other based on the last 2 spins, then he does the opposite, and he picks the one that would have missed in the middle. So in this case, that would be, we're going to bet on third 12 for 10, and then the one that's the longest since it's hit, which would be second 12 for 10. But we only do that if the columns and the dozens both don't have bets next to each other based on those last 2 spins. So I'll go over that more as we go through, and let's go ahead and spin. And here we go. And again, this is 3 wishes by Todd Hoover, and that's a 6 black. And we lost. So in level 1 right here, we're going to go up 1 unit. You see we that last one was at $10 each, so we're going to go to 20 each. And now we see first 12 and third 12 is the last 2 spins. That doesn't work. So let's look at columns, the 6 and the 28. And let's see, the 6 is in the third column, and the 28 is in the first column. Those are separated also, first and third. So again, we go opposite. We'll go with dozens, and we're going to go to $20 since we lost, and we'll be on first 12 for 20. And then the one that's the longest to hit, which would be second 12 for 20. And you can see we're at -7 right now. Let's go ahead and spin. And here we go. Okay, that's a 26 black. Okay, we lost. So we go from 20 now to 30, up 1 unit. So this is just in level 1. And you see the third 12 and first 12 are still separated. The 26 and the 6 are not separated in the columns. So we're going to actually go to $30 each, up on second and third columns. So let's go ahead and spin. And here we go again. And there's so much more to this. Make sure you watch the whole thing on this one so you get all the little details. I talked to Todd on the phone for a long time today to try to get all the details ironed out on this one. That is a win there. So you see we won $30. So we take half of that, which would be 15. And let's look at the dozens here. And the longest since it's hit would be second 12. So we're going to put $15 there. And the reason we're doing that is because we just won 30. We take half of that and put it on a dozen. So now we're going to bet on the black numbers in the second 12. And those are going to have $1 each on them. And I'm sorry, $2 each, and I'll explain why here in a second. So before we just had $1, now we're going to have $2. So let's fix that. So if we're 10 or less on the bet on the second dozen, we just bet $1. But since we're over 10, we have a $15 bet there. That's why we have 2. So we'll also have $2 on the 000. So that's a $29 total bet, and let's go ahead and spend. So here we go, and this is wish number 1 out of the 3 wishes, and that's a 29 black. And that's a loss, so we'll go to wish number 2. So wish number 2, we go up the exact amount that we started with on the dozen, so we go from 15 to 30. Okay, and then on the bet over here, if you're at 30, that's $3. So we put $3 on the 000. So basically $10 would be 1, 22, 33, 44, and so on the 000 bet. So again, we went from 15 to 30 on the second 12. We have a $45 total bet. We're currently minus 46, and this is wish number 2 out of the 3 wishes. Okay, and that's an 18 red. Okay, we got a win, but it wasn't one of the jackpot wins, and we're not resetting unless we hit jackpot wins or we get in session profits. So you see we're at -1, and what we do now is if you get a win, you go back to level 1, but you don't change where we started from. So remember, we started this one at we started with 15, so we were at 30 each. So we go back to level 1 and we stay at 30 each. So that's really important, and we'll have 30, and let me switch those to larger units again here. We'll have 30 on second 12, 30 on third 12, because those are the last two, the 18 and the 29. That's second 12 and third 12, and since they're right next to each other, we place those bets and spin. All right, here we go. So let's see what we get on this one. That's a 14 red. And we got the win. So we take half of $30, which would be 15. And the dozen that's the longest since it's hit would be third 12. So we'll put $15 right there. And since we're between $10 and $20, that means that we will have $2 on either all the black numbers or all the red numbers. So let's go ahead and let's pick red on this one. And Todd always picks black in the center. We can pick red or black though, and those are $2 each because we're between 10 and 20 on the bet on the dozen, and that's a $29 total bet. Okay, this is wish number 1. Here we go out of 3 wishes. Excuse me. That's a 28 black. Okay, and we won, but we didn't get one of the jackpot numbers. So what we do is, and we're at 45, we go back to what we started before, which was $30 on the 2 dozens. So if you get a win, you go back to level 1. If you get a loss on those, then we'll go over that again, but you increase the bets until you go through the 3 wishes. So we will now have $30 on second 12 and third 12. And let me switch those back again to $10 units. Okay, and then let's go ahead and spend 30 each on second and third dozen. Here we go. With 3 wishes by Todd Hoover, and that's a 21 red. Okay, that's a $30 win. So we take half of that, which is 15. And let's see, the dozen that's the longest since it's hit would be, looks like it'd be first 12. So we'll have $15 there. And remember, if it's below $10 or less, it's just $1 on these. But since we're between 10 and 20, we're going to put $2 on all these. And you can pick red or black. Okay, just like that. And then $2 on the 000. So that's a $29 total bet. Let's go ahead and spend. This is wish number 1. And that's a 2 black. Okay, a win, but not a jackpot win. So we restarted in level 1 with the same bet. We're up $91. So we'll be on $30 on, looks like it'd be first 12 and second 12. So let's do that. And let's go ahead and spin. All right, here we go. back to level 1. And that's a 0. We definitely lost that one. So anytime you lose in level 1, you go up 1 unit. So we go from 30 to 40. And if you hit a 0, you stay on the same ones. So let's do that and spin. That doesn't change what the bets were. So here we go. Ooh, another one. So we go up 1 more unit. Okay, so we'll go from 40 to 50. Okay, you can see temporarily that put us down a little with those back-to-back 0 hits. But that's okay. Let's get a win here. That's a 7 red. Okay, that's a win at 50. So we take half of that, which would be 25. And to see that dozen that's been the longest since it's hit would be, let's see, that would be third 12. So we'll put 25 there. And if you're between 20 and 30 on this bet, that means the bets that go on the colors and the 0 double 0 will be $3. So let's do that. And we'll go with black this time. And then $3 on the 0 double 0. Okay, and that's a $46 total bet. This is wish number 1 of 3. Now, obviously, if you get a win, you restart. But we'll go. I'm sure we'll have some losses here, and I'll show you what to do next. Okay, so that's a loss. So we're going to wish number 2. Okay, so the first thing we do is, and if you see there, we have $25 on third 12. So we're going to go to $50. We go up exactly what we started with. So let's go ahead and do that first. So that's $50. We went up 25. Now remember the bet on the 0 double 0 at 50. That would mean it would be at $5. So let's check it over here. If it was over 50, between 50 and 60, it'd be at $6. But it's at 5. And we do that so that it's real easy to remember which one it is. So now we're at $73 total bet, and this is wish number 2. Here we go. And that's a 36 red. Okay, we got the win, but we did not get a jackpot. So we restart at the same level that we had before. And you can see temporarily that dropped us to $32, and that's okay. We're going to hit some jackpots as we go through here. So if you see here, we were we were at 25. So since we got the win, we go back to $50 each because we started at 25. So we go right back to where we were before. So $50 on each one of those. And it looks like we'll be the third 12, the 36 and the 10 of the first and third are separated. So let's look at the columns. They're separated there too. So we go opposite, which means now we put those $50 bets on the last one to hit, and we put it on the one that's been the longest since it's hit, which would be first 12. Okay, but we only do that if the last 2 numbers are not next to each other, like first 12, second 12, or in the columns the same way. So $50 each. Let's go ahead and spin, and here we go. And if we lose all 3 wishes, I'm going to share with you that coming up. You have to know what to do there. So make sure that you stick around for the whole thing. This is going to be great. And that is a $50 win. So we take half of that, and we put a $25 bet on. It looks like it would be second 12. So let's do that first. And then remember, if you're over 20, between 20 and 30, that's a $3. That's $3 on all the other ones. He says he always puts black in the second 12. So let's do that. But you can choose on that. And here we go. We're going to also put $3 on the 0 double 0. So this is wish number 1. We haven't gone out of the 3 wishes yet. Once we do, you need to know what happens. So let's see if that happens here. And we're on wish number 1 right now of 3 wishes. Okay, and that's a 20 black. And he said he loves the number 20. So we got the win. And if we're in session profit, we can restart whenever we want. So we're in session profit. We're up $219. We go back to where we started at the very beginning at 10. But there's a lot more I need to share with you on this. What happens if you don't get all 3 wishes and you lose all 3? You need to know what happens there. So we're going to keep playing for a while, and there's a lot to this. And but once you get it, I think you'll have it. And now we'll be on, looks like first and second 12 for $10 each. Again, we reset because we're in session profit, up $219. So let's go ahead and spin. We're back to level 1. And here we go. That's a 32 red. But there's so much more I need to share with you on this one. So hang in there, and I think this is going to make a really big difference for you, and start winning like Todd's doing every day. That would be amazing. And also too, take the challenge. He says he challenges everyone in this community to try to lose a $2,000 bankroll with this system. So take the challenge and see. But there's so much more I need to share with you today. So we lost that one. We're going to go to 20 now each, instead of 10 each, up 1 unit when you lose, and we'll be on second 12 and third 12. You can see the 32 and the 20, the last 2 spins. And let's go ahead and spin back to level 1 here. We lost, so we went up a unit, and that's a 17 black, and we got the win. So we take half of $20, which is 10. The dozen that's the longest since it's hit would be first 12. We'll put that there, and then we'll put $1 on. Let's go with red. You can choose red or black. And then we'll also put $1 on 000. So this is wish number 1 right here of 3 wishes. And we haven't gone through all 3 wishes yet. You need to know what happens there. And that's why we're going to keep playing for a while. We got a jackpot there. That's a $49 win. So now we're up $268. So we restart. That's new session profit. And looks like we'll be on first 12 and second 12 for 10 each. And let's go ahead and spin. And take Todd Hoover's challenge and to see if you can lose the bankroll. I mean, that's pretty exciting to think that he's been playing 8 to 10 hours a day for weeks now and has never lost with this. So he wants to know if you can lose with his system. So let's go ahead now, and we won that. So we take half of the 20, and we'll put it on. It looks like we'll be on third 12, the longest since it's hit. And then we're going to put $1 on. Let's go red this time. And then $1 goes on 000. So that's a $17 total bet. This is wish number 1 of 3 wishes. And we still haven't gone through those. So make sure you stick around. We have to get through that to show you what happens. But that's another $49 win. Fantastic. So now we're up $327. We go back to step 1 here. And we'll be on second and third 12. For 10 each, we're in new session profit. The 36 and the 14 represent the second and third 12. And here we go. That's a 35 black. We got the win. So we take half of that 10, and we put $5 on. Let's see. We would be on first 12, 4, 5. And then we're going to put $1. Let's go black this time. And then $1 on the 000. This is the first of 3 wishes. Here we go. And that's a 21 red. Okay, that was wish 1. So we go to wish 2. And again, the amount that you have on the dozen goes up by that amount. So we have 5. It goes to 10. And then when you get to 10, then you're going to go add $1 to each one of these. Okay, now this is wish number 2. Let's go ahead and spin. All right, here we go. That's a 7 red. Okay, we got a win, but we did not get a jackpot. But we restart with the same amount that we had. So if you look up there, we started with, we started with the $5 bet. So that means we started with 10. We had 10 each on the second and third 12. So that means we're still at base level. So we go back to where we started, and we'll be on first and second 12 for 10 each. Okay, and we're currently up $331. So fantastic. But again, we got to get through. Make sure you stick around because we got to get through all 3 of these and the 3 wishes so you know what to do when you lose all 3. And that's a nice win there. So we put $5 on third 12. So let's do that. It's because we take half of what we won. And then we're going to put $1 on, let's go red. Let me fix that one. There we go. And then we're going to put $1 on 000. That's a $12 bet. This is wish number 1 out of 3 wishes. And let's see if we lose all 3 wishes this time. That's a 24 black. because you really need to know what to do. That's the next step. And so I almost hope we lose this one just so I can show you. Todd's probably like, hey, no, don't lose this one, but that's okay. I want to show you guys everything you need to know with this one. And we're going to go up, so we'll go up what we started with, which was $5 on third 12th, so it goes to 10. And then all these other ones will go up $1. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, and you can see we're at $3.29 still. This is wish number 2. So let's see if we get it on wish number 2 or if we go through the 3 wishes. And that's a 29 black. Okay, we got the win, but it was not a jackpot. That's okay. But when it's not a jackpot, you always go back to where you were before. But we were at 10. We were at the minimum. So we're up 335. So we start back where we were. Don't worry, we'll go through the 3 wishes without winning them, and then I'll share with you what to do next. And I'm glad you're getting to see, a lot of this. I've been on the phone with Todd Hoover a long time today, going through all the specifics of this, and I just want to make sure you guys get it right. And let's go ahead and spin, because he says he's playing 8 to 10 hours a day and has never lost a $2,000 bankroll. And again, he is challenging everyone in this community to do the same, to try to lose their bankroll and see if they can do it. He doesn't think that you can. So if you play it the way he wants you to play it. So let's go ahead, and we'll be on second and third now. Let's go ahead and spin for 10 each, and here we go. That's a 30 red. Okay, we won, so we take half of that we won, which is $5, and we'll put it on, looks like first 12, and then we'll put $1 on each of those. Let's go black this time. The only one that he said that he always does is if it's second 12, he always picks black because he loves the 17 and the 20. So otherwise, you guys can choose whether you want to go red or black on that. And so this is wish number 1. Let's go ahead and spin wish number 1 of 3 wishes by Todd Hoover. And that's a 12 red. And we won't quite get there yet. That wasn't a jackpot, but we restart. So we're up 348, and we normally would go back to where we were, but we were at base level. So again, we'll be at 10 and 10, and the first 12 and the third 12 are separated, so we go to columns now. The 12 and the 30, the 12 and the 30 are in the same one, so that doesn't do anything for us either. He's looking for 2 that are next to each other in the columns or in the dozens. So then if he says if that happens, you pick the one that hit last, which would be first 12, and the one that's the longest to hit, which would be second 12, because then he says usually that it hits the one that's in the center, if that's the case. So let's go ahead and spin, and here we go. And let's see if we get a win on first and second 12 here. And again, if you lose at this level, you just go up a unit. But we got the win, so we'll put a $5 bet on. It looks like second 12, and then we'll put the dollars on black like Todd always does. And he says he only does it in the second 12. The rest of the time he chooses. And okay, that's our $12 bet. Let's go ahead and spin. And this is wish number 1. Damn, man, we got it again. That's an 18 red. And we still didn't get a jackpot, though, so we go back to level 1. Like I said, you wouldn't go back all the way to the beginning. You would go back to where you started if you didn't get a jackpot. But since we started at base level at 10, we are at base level, and we are at the beginning. So we'll be on first 12 and second 12, it looks like, with the 18 red and the 8 black there. We're up $361, and let's go ahead and spin. And here we go. That's a 32 red. And don't worry, we're going to play till we lose the 3, so you can see what to do. And I just think it's better if we play through it. So we lost that one, so we're going to go from 10 to 20. Every time you lose in level 1, you go up a unit. So we'll be $20 on third 12, $20 on second 12. Those are the last 2. And let's go ahead and spin. Here we go. All right, here we go. And that's a 31 black. Okay, and that is a win. So we'll take half of that 20, and we'll put $10 on, it looks like first 12, the one that's been the longest since it's hit. And we'll put $1 on. Let's see, we'll go red on this. And then we'll put our $1 on the 000. And let's go ahead and spin. Here we go. Okay, this is wish number 1, and we lost. So we might get to see the 3 wishes lose here. Let's find out. So again, you increase by what you started with. We started with 10 on this one, so we're going to go to 20. It goes up by the unit size or the amount size that it started at. So if we're at 20, that means all these other ones should be at 2. So if it goes over 20, like 21, it would be 3. Okay, and let's go ahead and spin now. And this is wish number 2 right here. All right, here we go. That's a 22 black. And we lost. So we're going to go to wish number 3. So we increased by another $10, which is 30. That means there's going to be $3 on all these ones. Okay. And I almost hope we lose this one just so I can show you guys what is going on here. And so this is wish number 3. If we lose this one, we're going back to level 1, but we're going to change the starting bet amounts. And I'll let you know how that works here in a moment. So let's go ahead now. And remember, we started this sequence at 10. Then we went to 20. Now we're at 30. So let's go ahead now. And this is wish number 3 at the $51 bet on first 12. Okay, here we go. And we lost all 3 wishes. Now we'll be on second 12 and third 12 for $40. Okay, and basically you just go up another unit, but then you have to double it to get to the starting bet of each one. So we're at 40 each on second and third 12. This is level 1. So the real secret to this system, I think, is this, that when you're only betting, less numbers, like I think we're only betting 14 numbers while we're doing the wishes. By only having 3 wishes, you're making it to where you're not going to just keep going and going and going until you lose your bankroll. If you lose the 3 wishes, we're going to adjust level 1, which is a higher coverage, which is what we just did now. And then that's really smart because you can lose a million of them in a row sometimes with 14 numbers. But you're not going to do that if you lose the 3 wishes, and then you just go back to a high coverage where we're at now. But we did adjust the bet size to make up for the fact that we lost. So now we're going to go ahead and spin at 40 each. Okay, and that's a win. So we're going to take half of that now. Half of 40, which is 20. So let's go ahead and do that. And we're going to have 20 on, let's see, it looks like the longest since it's hit would be first 12. So we'll have 20 there. And remember, if you're at 20, that's $2 on the rest of them. So let's go 2 on the reds and the 000. Okay, just like that. And that's a $34 total bet. We're on wish number 1. All right, here we go. And that's a 17 black. Okay, we lost. So we go up by what we started with. So in this case, you can see we were at 20, so that means we go to 40. Okay? And if we're at 40, I'll make sure that's right. There we go, there's 40. If we're at 40, that means all these are at 4. Okay? So let's bring all these to 4. And before we go to wish number 2. Here we go. But I think that's the real secret of this system, is that there's only 3 wishes. And then you go back to high coverage. So you lose your bankroll with just these, these numbers covered that you see right here. So now we're on wish number 2. Let's go ahead and spin. Here we go. And that's a 4 black. Okay, we got it, but that was not a jackpot, so that means we can't reset. But we do go back to level 1. So we're up $317 still. But let's look here. So if you see we were at 40, we were at 20 when we started this. So that means we go back to 20. If you get a win and it's partial, you go back to where you started, but you do go back to level 1. So we were at we were at 40 each. So let's go ahead. Because we started at the dozen at 20, that means we were at 40. So we go right back to where we were, and we'll be at 40 each on first 12 and second 12. So basically you just resume where you were before if you get a partial win like that. We're up $317, and let's go ahead and spin. We're back to level 1. But I really believe the resetting to level 1 all the time is what keeps this from losing its bankroll. Let me know down in the comments what you think about that. But we're going to take half of that $40 and we're going to put it on third 12. And then since that's 40, that means all these are going to be 4. So let's go 4 on all the reds. Again, you can choose based on what's hit previously. And we'll have 4 over here. And here we go. So now we're going to have wish number 2 right here. All right, let's see what we get. Or I'm sorry, that was wish number 1. I'm sorry. Okay, so we lost that one. And we're up 289. So we're going to go to wish number 2. And again, we started at 20. And I'm sorry, we started at oh, I'm sorry, that was wish number 2. So we're going to wish number 3 now. I see that now. So third 12, that means you see it was at 20 and went to 40, so it's going to be at 60. Okay, there we go. So if it's at 60, you automatically know that these are all going to be 6. Okay. Okay, so 6, 6, 6, 6, and then 6 over here on the 0, 0, 0. Okay, so we're on our third wish right now. And remember, since we started at 20 on this one, that means we were at 40 each. So if we get a partial win, then we would go back there. But if we lose this, I'm going to share with you what to do next, because we have to go up again in the original bet. But let's see if we can get a win on this third wish first. Okay, so here we go. Okay, we lost all 3 wishes. So now we're going to make an adjustment. So if you lose all 3 wishes, you have to go up from where you started. And what we're going to do there is, the way you figure that out is if we started that one at 40 each, basically we would have to go up another unit. And if we go to which the 40 each came from let's see, that we had gone from 40 each and then back down to 20. So the next one would be 30. We would double that to get to 60. So now we would basically start over. We're up $187, but we would start over at 60 each. So let's go ahead and do that. And we'll be on, it looks like first and second for 60 each. So you see how that's the real genius of this, is that we're not restarting. We're not continuing on with the 14 numbers like you would with Fibonacci 12 or something like that. If you got a really bad run, it could wreck you. But when we lose our 3 wishes, we're starting back over with high coverage. And now we're back to 60 each, 120 total. So here we go. That's a 22 black. That's a win. So we'll take half of that 60, which would be 30, and we'll put that on the one that's the longest since it's hit, which would be, looks like it'd be third 12. And again, if we look at that there, that was at 60 each. So we know that we're going to go to, let's look at that one more time. You see that last one was $60. So we had 60 on each, and we won 60, so we put a $30 bet on, let's see, that would be third 12. Okay, so we immediately know that these are going to be, you can choose red or black, but we know they're going to be 3 because we're at 30. Okay, just like that. Okay, and then this is wish number 1 of 3 wishes. Here we go. That's a 23 red. And we lost, so we go to wish number 2. So you can see we were at 30, so we go to 60 on third 12. Let's do that first. Okay, so we immediately know if we're at 60, that means there should be $6 on all these dollar bets. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, and so $6. And then this is wish number 2 right here. Let's go ahead and spin. All right, here we go. And we got a 31 black. Okay, we didn't get a jackpot, so that means we have to go back to where we started again. So we're up $274. But as you can see, we were at 30 before we went to 60. So that means that, that we were betting 60 each, because you took half of that, which was 30, which we started with on the third 12. So if you get a partial win like that, what you do is you go back to where we started before this, which was 60 each. And we'll be on second 12 and third 12 for 60 each. Now, if you get a jackpot, in which I don't even think we've hit a jackpot. We haven't even hit a jackpot yet. So we probably should keep going until we hit a jackpot so you can see that. But once you hit a jackpot, then or in session profit, you reset. So we're at 60 each on second and third, and we're back to level 1. Here we go. And that's a 26 black, and that's a win. Okay, so that's 60. So we take half of that, which is 30, and we'll be on. Looks like we'd be on first 12. It looks like 430. And then we'll put, so that automatically tells us that we'll be $3 on the reds. Okay, just like that. And that's a $51 bet. We're on wish number 1 of 3 wishes by Todd Hoover, and that's a 3 red. Okay, we finally hit a jackpot. That was good. So we reset. Now we're up $481. So I think that's a good spot to conclude this one. But I want you guys to tell me if you can lose your bankroll with this system, because Todd Hoover says if you play it the way that he plays it, you shouldn't be able to lose your bankroll, and he wants to know if you can. So he's challenging you to try to lose your bankroll with this system if you play it the way that he's doing it. And he said make sure that you take notes so that you know that you're playing it right. And that if you do say you lose with it, make sure you can explain the way that you played, so that he knows that you played it the way he did. So this is really exciting, since he's been playing 8 to 10 hours a day and not losing, and that's incredible. So hopefully, if you guys have any questions, put them down in the comments. I'm sure Todd would love to answer your questions in the comments, and because he spends all day doing this stuff. So hope you really enjoyed the 3 wishes, and made $481 in this session. And he says he's just been making that every single day and can't lose. So this is pretty exciting. And again, if you guys want to send a system in like this, send it to roulettemaster.c@gmail.com. That's roulettemaster.c@gmail.com. I love it. I love testing these new systems every day, and I love when people come up with really good ones like this and can share them with the community, so we can all win more money and have more fun. And hope you're enjoying the channel. And if you are, please like, share, and subscribe. And let's keep growing this community of people that love roulette, like me and Todd Hoover and so many others of you out there. And this is the Roulette Master. And have a great day, everybody.